So I just want to show you guys this cool technique to create a barn board look wall without buying barn board. I've got a light brown paint that I had left over from something. It's called Daylight. And I've got a darker brown, a chocolate brown. And I don't know what that one's called, but they seem to work for the barn board. So, and then I don't know if any of you have seen this tool. It's a wood graining tool. It's been used. I don't use it often, but it does come in handy. So first, just load up your brush and I just slap it on. I'm doing a shelf on this wall. So I've got my lines where I've got the 2x8 coming down. So I'm doing it in sections. Just slap it on fairly thick. So once you have that thick coating of the light brown, go ahead with the chocolate brown. A little bit less paint. I've loaded it up a bit, but not too much. And not too much pressure, just kind of almost like dry brushing it on, but over wet paint. So the colors kind of mix together. You don't have to be super particular about how you're putting it on, but I just kind of have it look like it's a little bit even with the darker spots. And then you take your wood graining tool. I don't like to rock it too much. It is made to rock along the piece that you're working on. And I do it in about the 3-inch strips, as wide as the wood graining tool. Try and keep the pattern a little bit different, so rock it at different lengths along the wall. And there it makes it look like you've got 3-inch strips of barn board.
Well, that looks good.
Wayne thinks it looks good.
Okay. Yeah. That does look good. That's with that thing you got there.
And there you have it. And I'll show you how to make the marks with the Sharpie. I'm not quite finished the wall, so I'll finish that up and I'll come back. Hi, I'm back with the barn board wall. I just wanted to show you the shiplap wall that I did in my living room when we moved in. A little bit different technique, but another faux wood wall. Saves from changing outlets if you have plugins on the wall, and it's easier to paint over if you want to change it when the look goes out. This one I used chalk paint for my lines, and I actually used real upholstery tacks for the nails, and a walnut stain. I just used a rag and wiped it on there gently to give it a little bit of a worn look. So that is the shiplap, and I'll move on to the barn board. So I finished most of the wall. I had to wait for the paint to dry. So once it was dry, I marked every 6 inches for my planks, and I've done the Sharpie marks for the planks. So I'm just going to finish off the plank lines. I just have actually have a big Sharpie. The fine tip was a little bit too fine, and most of this is going to be hidden behind a shelf, so I just wanted to make the lines a little bit heavier. So take your level and mark your lines. Again, I've got a bunch of shelves going on this wall, so most of this will be covered, and that's why you see these lines are where my supports are going to go for my shelves. If you were to do this on your own, on a full wall with no shelves, it would be a little bit difficult. You'd have to have an extra set of hands anyway, and one long straight edge so you don't have the pen stopping. And none of this has to be super perfect because it's a barn board wall, so I do have quite a few little flaws in here, but I'm not picky that way because I'm probably going to change it in a year or two. So the one nice thing is I can just go ahead and paint over it. So the sideways lines and the up and down, I just did random. I didn't measure out any specific size. I just kind of eyeballed it and ran my lines. I kind of made them, I think, about probably 4 feet each plank. So you can do what you want. In the living room, I did use a chalk paint for the lines. I do like that look better because it doesn't pick up the light. But this will do. I'm going to do one more here. Make sure your level's good. And for the nails in this one, I'm going to use just some chalk paint. And the end of a paintbrush for your little dots. And just put your nail holes. Your nails. And here is a faux painted barn board wall. It's the first time I've attempted to do it, so it turned out pretty good. I'm going to be painting the shelves white. And the colors actually went really well together for what I had left over from other projects, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'll post some photos tomorrow of the shelves painted and filled with my things.